Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm Jayavardhan Singh Channi, and I call myself a new media storyteller. Uh, so a little bit about myself. Alti already mentioned that I did my bachelor's from Srishti Institute of Art Design Technology in Bangalore in this degree called Experimental Media Arts. Interestingly, I was the only person in that degree, and it was the first year, so I was the first person in that degree with nobody else, and nobody knows what experimental media arts is. Even I have actually no idea what I did, but I'll come back to that. After that, I actually did my master's from Design School Calling in Denmark in collaboration with Lego in a degree called Design for Play. Also, a course that not many people know about. And I hope that this particular sort of presentation of mine will shed a few light on the kind of stuff I do and the kind of stuff I'm interested in. A bit about my professional journey. I was initially a creative lead in this company called Tesseract Imaging. Um, this was a company that used to make 360-degree cameras, which is now actually bought by Reliance Geo. If you know the new Geo Glass, uh, it's the same team that I was working with that was making 360 cameras earlier, and they're making the Geo Glass right now. I was then a senior UI UX designer at the Quint, a journalism platform, a digital journalism platform. I used to basically look after this place called Quint Lab. So what Quint Lab actually does was it used to come up with innovative storytelling formats. I was one of the first people to introduce the idea of games in journalism back in around 2018, 2017. Uh, After the Quint, I've been actually freelancing as a new media experience designer where I've been doing stuff, anything from designing websites to designing apps to designing uh, Instagram filters to also actually designing uh, the entire Curious Sapiens website, which will be live very soon. And I'm here to talk about design. So before I continue, I just want to say that there will be a lot of places in between where I'll sort of pause this presentation and ask you guys some questions. So let's keep it interactive. In case you have any question, just either put it in chat or just feel free to interrupt me. Completely fine. The more interactive it is, the more fun we'll have. So design. So let me start off by telling a small story. So as soon as I finished my class 12th, uh, I got admission into Srishti. And I was once sitting at home, and one of my mom's friend came, and she's like, "Oh, so beta, what are you planning to do?" I'm like, "Oh, so I'm planning to go to Srishti and do design." She's like, "Okay, but so what degree are you planning?" I'm like, "No, like this is what I'm planning to do." She's like, "Oh, so you're not joining any other course?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Okay, so is this fashion designing?" I'm like, "No, no, no. At that point, I all I wanted to do was graphic designing, and for me, design was graphic design." And I said, "I want to do graphic design." And she said, "So what exactly is graphic design?" And we were sitting on a bed, and I told her, "Okay, so you see this bed sheet and you see the graphic and pattern on it." I'm like, "I want to design this." And to which she said, "Okay, so you want to design bed sheets." And after that, honestly, I had no answer, so I just left the room. The point being that not many people actually know about design even now. At that point when I wanted to start design, my knowledge of design was very limited, and people around me, for them design was just fashion design or just something like that that people do as a hobby and not as a career. What I decided to do was we have this Discord server in Curious Sapiens where I asked a simple question: what according to you is design? And I got really interesting answers. Some of them were, so basically, for one person it was the arrangement of patterns, colors and textures. For one it was the functionality, and for the other one it was actually a perspective to interpret the things around you, which was very interesting and which led me to sort of define my own definition for what I feel design is. For me, uh, design is a way for us to deliver deep meaning to our customers through the experiences we craft. So now I need to sort of focus on these four words here, the highlighted words: design, deep meaning, customers, and experiences. So, design is something that we do, design is something that we are creating. Deep meaning is actually a layer that we are adding on top of something that we're doing. Customers means that there's somebody who's actually out there using whatever we produce. And experiences is sort of the experience or the emotion that they're feeling while they are using our design. So whenever you sort of design, just focus on these four things. What are you creating? What is the additional layer that you're adding to it? Who is the person that's actually using your design, and what do you want them to feel? As I already told, that design is actually not just about making things pretty and fancy and just making them look beautiful. It's actually much more than that. Design can help you in ways you actually never knew. So here comes the first interactive bit. So what I want you to do is, so this is actually a picture of very recently released. Actually, it's not even a week old. It's the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. And it has actually one really major design flaw, which is already causing a lot of users to sort of just throw away this phone. Can anybody guess, looking at the photo that I have put in, what it could be?
The
And
camera bump, the huge camera bump.
no,
Okay.
The
Irene?
mic and the SIM card slot.
Yeah. What about the SIM card slot?
Uh, the place where we eject the pen.
Yeah,
Uh, one can eject either into the mic and
exactly. So if you see the charging port and there's a small black hole next to it, it's actually a mic. And next to the mic is the SIM card ejection tray. And how do we get out SIM card? We actually put a pin in the SIM card tray and pull it out. But now, because there are two holes, a lot of people actually got confused which one's the SIM card pin and which one's the mic. So they actually started poking their mics. So how a simple position of different elements, how designing a phone could actually, and it's not even been a week, and so many people have already punctured their microphones. So this is one example of how design can actually uh, either spoil our experiences or actually enhance it. Now I want you to see this video.
So, Matt Pluff, you kicked this off, and Damien Chazelle, we're standing on your shoulders. We lost, by the way, but you know.
Guys, I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.
Okay, so right here. So does anybody know what event this is and when this happened? No. So this is actually the 2017 Oscars, where they were announcing the best film for that year, and they actually announced that the best film is La La Land. And then the entire La La Land cast came up, and then they said, "Oh, sorry, actually, there's been a mistake. The actual film that has won is actually Moonlight." And everybody's like, "Wait, uh, how is this possible? Like, what actually happened?" And the actual problem was actually a simple design flaw in the card that they were given. So this on the left is the actual card they were given. So actually they were handed the wrong card. But if you look at the typography, the best actress to actually say for which particular prize this is actually on the bottom. And if you think about it, it's at a place uh, where you actually hold the paper from. So if you're holding it from there, you actually won't see the best actress written. The word Oscars on the top is written really big. Everybody knows that they're in the Oscars. That's why they're getting it. And there's just Emma Stone, La La Land. So when they got this cue card, they actually held it and they thought, okay, so Emma Stone, La La Land. So La La Land won. But actually, they had been given the wrong cue card. On the right hand side, one of the designers actually tried redesigning a cue card so as to this problem wouldn't happen. Uh, they wrote best actress on top in a different font on the top so everybody can see what the actual prize is, the person who's winning and for what they're winning, and Oscars in the bottom because everybody knows it's the Oscar, it's just branded that way. So how design can actually help you from embarrassment. A similar incident happened in the 2015 Miss Universe, where even though it was the correct cue card, it was really badly designed. And Steve Harvey was the one announcing, and he announced that Colombia had won. But actually, if you see, Colombia is actually the first runner-up. The Miss Universe actually went to Philippines, Philippines, which is on the bottom right corner. And it was such a badly designed this thing that caused a lot of embarrassment to everybody there, and especially to the person announcing and to obviously the first runner-up and the winner as well. So how basic typographical hierarchy can actually help you in situations that you actually never thought.